There, how's everyone? It's Michelle Renee Stone, and I am here for my monthly meditation and art project. So I know that I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes to see if some people come in. So see what that looks like. I think I've got a person coming in now. And I may have a couple of others. So today I'm going to focus a little bit on grounding. I feel the need to kind of lean into the energy of trees. So and I may do some colored pencil and some watercolor. So if you're new to the channel and you're just tuning in, grab, I have a notebook. It's a mixed media notebook that I usually use for this kind of class that I teach. And I have some colored pencils. And I also have some, they're called woodies. They're like watercolor pencils that I'll be utilizing too. So if you're new here, go ahead and grab some art supplies and get ready to kind of tune in. And what we'll do is we'll start off with a meditation, and then I will do just a basic intuitive art process. And so that's why I'm here. So again, if you're new to the channel, so my name is Michelle Renee Stone, and I am a therapeutic art life coach. I'm a curator, I'm an artist, and I help artists become successful in their art careers, and especially new people who are, they're dabbling in art and they're loving the different things that the creativity that they are inspired by, the new lives that a lot of the people that I work with are empty nesters, are people who have started to stumble into. Hi, how are you? Go ahead and tell me where you're watching this from, and so that I can kind of see where you're coming from. Yep. Oh, good. You're from Africa? What part of Africa? I do some work in Tanzania. Oh, and from India? Okay, awesome. Nigeria. Okay, good. Glad you're here. Glad you're here from India too. I have a lot of people from India who listen to my meditations on my channel, so glad you're here. Good. So I'm going to do my normal, this is my monthly art process that I do, where I start off with a meditation, and then, oh, you're from England. Thank you. Welcome. Glad you're here. Where I do a meditation, and then I'll go in and I'll do like an intuitive kind of art project. I'm feeling today, so if you have a notebook or some paper or whatever, go ahead and grab that. And I'm gonna probably use, hi, how are you? I'm gonna use some watercolor pencils, or these are actually regular colored pencils, and then I have some watercolor pencils that I'll be using as well. So, and I'll just do like a little grounding meditation. I'm feeling like I need to lean into the energy of trees and how they're rooted in the ground and that type of thing today. So I'll do a little bit, maybe it's an intuitive meditation, so all of this is intuitive. We'll be here for about an hour, and so I don't know how long the meditation will be. It'll probably be anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll just kind of ground ourselves, and then we will go into our art process. And so go ahead and grab your paper and your art supplies, and I'll start with my meditation. So here we go. Go ahead and sit in your chair and focus in on your breath. And oftentimes when we focus in on our breath, it has a tendency to shift. Quite often because we hardly ever focus on our breath. It's there, we take it for granted. And when we lean into it or notice it, it just shifts a little bit, just gets a little bit more comfortable, as if it's been noticed. And so we'll stay there for a little bit. Take a couple of breaths in and out. And now just imagine that your spine is able to extend down into the ground, like deep, deep, deep down into the ground, and start to sprout out like roots, as if it were a tree. And feel the heat of the earth, of the magma below the main ground, the main 39 inches of dirt. And just like really allow those roots to expand down underneath the soil. And I'd like to invite you to bring a smile to your face. Because right now we're taking some time out for us. It's an opportunity to settle in, to ground ourselves, to be in the present moment, not worried about the hustle and the bustle of the day or what we have to do later on tonight or what tomorrow brings or what happened earlier today. We're here. Right here, right now. Grounding ourselves, rooting our spine into the ground. And allowing ourselves to feel the luxury of being nurtured by Mother Nature, by Mother Earth. Sometimes I do feel like that's a luxury because we're always so busy doing the next thing. So taking this moment right here, right now, to nurture ourselves is a gift. And I invite you to feel gratitude for this opportunity. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being on this channel with me, participating in this live. Subscribing. If you're already a subscriber, thank you. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. I've got meditations and different things going on. And then I have this class once a month. If feel like this is a short meditation, like I just needed to stop and presence myself. Just to be here, just for this moment with you. And to express the gratitude. Yeah. So one more moment of just like really feeling down into the roots, down into the soil, and soaking up the nurturing experience and energy of Mother Earth. Okay, getting ready to come back into the room. Bringing our roots back up inside of our body, and allowing ourselves to be present in this moment. Come back into the room in 5, in 4, wiggle our toes in 3, in 2, and 1. Thank you. Oh, good. Feeling something in your root chakra? Good. A little sort of pinch of pain. Oh, well, I'm sorry that you experienced that. I hope that that you were able to release that. So go ahead and grab out your paper and your colored pencils or whatever art supplies that you're having. And I'm going to lean into the feeling that I had earlier about doing a tree. So I think I'll start off with my colored pencils first. Maybe some brown. And I'm gonna move my camera down so that we can all be part of the same thing. So, so that you can participate with that, okay? And you can see what I'm doing here. And these are just going to be very loose gestures of what's going on in the tree. Remember to create your roots down here to try and mimic. If you're drawing a tree, I'm not quite sure what you're drawing. If you'd like to tell me, I know that you can't very well post images on here right now, but feel free to tell me. Right now I'm just creating the branches, just very intuitively. I don't even know what kind of tree this is. Oops, that's black. I think I want brown. There we go. I'm imagining like where the shadows would be. I've got the tree pretty much created. Now I'm going to come in with a little bit of, I have these, they're called Stabilo Woodies. And I've got them in a couple of different colors. And what they are is they're kind of like watercolor pencils that I can come in a little bit. I'm gonna add some. I mean, it's August, so it's still summer, and I'm here in Florida, so. And I'm just gonna do some gesturing. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. And then in a little bit, I'll come back in with my brush. Just thinking about how the leaves during summer, how they're at the end of, they're like toward the end of their cycle, toward the end of how full they are, how green they are, and in a little bit, and before you know it, in a couple of months, that they will, the sun will not be out as long, and they will not have all the sunlight and the photosynthesis that they're used to, and then they'll start to die. And then change will come. And we'll start all over again. Let's see. I actually may come in with a little bit of my brown. Let's see, where's my light source? I'm gonna bring my light source from here. Maybe even some white. And some yellow, perhaps? Just trying to lean into what this looks like. And again, I'm just playing, we're just, you know, this is not going to be clearly masterpiece. We're just kind of doodling and kind of embodying the meditation that I did earlier. I'm just thinking about that whole like feeling of being grounded. All right, so I'm going to come in here and start to bring in my brush, kind of blend in these woodies, these stabilos. And there's just no like rhyme or reason. I'm just very loosely creating this image. And I invite you, if you're doing this alongside with me, to share in the comments. Yes, I do believe that meditation brings spirituality. Thank you for your question. I also think that meditation brings presence and brings you back to yourself. It also gives you an opportunity to be still and receive any information that you may need to receive in your life. So if you're creating alongside of me, please tell me in the comments what are you doodling? Are you painting? What are you doing? You can also share, if you've been here from the beginning, how the meditation, I know that there were a couple people that talked a little bit about how the meditation affected them. So I'd be open to hear about that too. So yeah, just creating, just kind of blending in this tree, just very loosely. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not really, this is not the moment where I'm gonna shoot for perfection. We're just here spending a little bit of time together. And if you are exploring and new to my channel, this is something that I do once a month, the second Tuesday of every month at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I come in and I do a it's more of an intuitive type of thing. You can go on my lives, and usually it's definitely under an hour. I start off with a meditation to kind of ground ourselves and bring ourselves to the present moment, and then whatever is inspired has inspired me throughout the day, or what I'm, what I need for the moment. Excuse me. And today I just felt like I needed to be grounded with a tree. And sometimes it's watercolor, sometimes it's colored pencils, sometimes it's mixed media. It kind of depends. Kind of, just whatever I feel. Whatever I may want to do at that moment. And then I just kind of come back in, thinking about the shadows, if the light source is coming from this direction, what that would look like. So there, so now I'm gonna come in here and add a little bit more yellow. As I'm sitting here thinking about like the light source that is coming from the side. Do have another yellow here. So notice how I'm doing the lighter on the one side and then the darker on the other side. Because also going to see some little branches in there from time to time. Where's my brush? Okay, I feel like I'm almost done. Kind of coming in here and doing like a last. I like to take up the full page. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna come in here and do some yellow over here as well. Okay, I'll grab my brush and do this last little bit. Just this last little bit. Okay. Okay, I think that's what I guess colored pencils aren't going to work at this point because I have a lot of watercolor mediums over top of it, so I'm not going to bring in the colored pencils anymore. But I do have this. Yeah, I like it. Okay. And it has allowed me to feel quite a bit more grounded from when I started. So I hope that this also offered you that same opportunity to feel a little bit more grounded. And there we go. So here is my image. I'm gonna actually lift up my camera. Let me see if I can do this. Lift up this part of my camera. There we go. Oh, good grief. So there you are. And yeah. And there we are. So thank you ever so much for being part of my monthly class, and I hope that you enjoyed yourself, and that please feel free to come back, and the second Tuesday of every month at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I do one of these. I start off with a meditation, and then I do a live drawing intuitively for depending upon whatever I was going through that day or what's going on in my world. My name is Michele Renee Stone. I am an artist, a therapeutic art life coach, and I also a curator and a teacher. And so what I do is I help artists create a successful business. And so I have a 6-month program called the Bridge to the Artist Entrepreneur. And if you're interested, feel free to send me a message. I have a link tree in my bio, and you can find me on Instagram, on YouTube, and TikTok. So I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks so much. Have a good night.